Hi, my name is James with Leaf Physical Therapy. So this video we're going to be talking about 3 different exercises that are going to be a lot more focused on body tension. I see a lot of injuries happening as a result of losing that body tension when you're climbing. We're going to focus on just a little bit more detailed of what areas you should be feeling where the muscles are actively engaging in order to help prevent you from getting injured as you enjoy climbing. So the first exercise is going to be a bridge, but it's really about learning to be aware of what your legs are doing, learning to keep that tension, right? So in a regular bridge, you can really start to feel your glutes to work here. And if your feet are on the ground, right, then you can primarily focus on just really trying to keep your toes actively engaged into the ground, pressing firmly through your calf muscles, into your hamstrings, your glutes, as well as your low back, holding that for 5 seconds. Now, to make it more advanced, you can go using a bench, similarly going to that bridge. You'll feel a lot more tension going down into the hamstrings, into the calf muscles. Now, to make it more advanced, you can go single leg. You want to give it a 5-second hold, about 10 reps, to really start to incorporate being more aware of what's going on with your legs. And to make it even more challenging, you can pull away from the bench. Your leg is a little more extended. And then from here, fully extend out and give it that 5-second hold. And what this is teaching you to do is, as you're climbing, like let's say you have to shoot that leg and really hold on to that little jib or that little piece, you want to learn to keep that tension as you're making that next move there. So this is a great way to help build that greater awareness and allow you to keep that body tension through your legs. The next exercise is a mini pull-up. And what's so great about the mini pull-up, it just gets a bang for your buck. You're using a lot of different muscle groups and just learning to embrace that chain of muscles here, from the fingertips to your wrist muscles, to your elbow, shoulder, as well as the shoulder blade, learning to like pinch that shoulder blade in. So what you want to do here is full hang, and then from there, you want to just slightly bend, and especially your shoulder blades. See if you could just try to lift up your head like you're a turtle trying to pop your head out of the shell. Give it a 5-second hang. What's important about these exercises is learning to keep body tension from the point of your fingers to your wrist, to your elbow, to your shoulder, as well as that shoulder blade. And as you're climbing, a lot of times I'll hear people that tell me they try to make this one move, and then suddenly they'll hear a pop in their elbow, wrist, or their shoulder. Why that happens is because you may be just so focused on reaching for that one move and you're only engaging your fingers. And if you neglect to keep that body tension throughout the entire chain, then there's some body part that's going to end up giving and you end up getting injured. As you begin to climb, really feel that body tension throughout the entire chain as you're climbing, and try not to let that go. Lastly, I think what's going to be very important to learn about open-handed climbing, right? A lot of times you'll see people do like a 3-finger drag, or sometimes you'll get that pinky and be a little bit more open-handed in the sense where your PIP joints are not flexing, right? They're staying straight, and you're mainly just engaging your fingertips as you pull. But what's great about learning to start being in an open-handed position, right? Instead of even on a pull-up bar, fully gripping like this, which engages a lot of your superficialis muscles, you want to pull out and see if you can engage just more of the fingertips like this as you hang here, right? And even if you're naturally doing this, halfway out will be good, or even just getting all the way up to your fingertips and learning to hang like this, as well as even on super easy climbs, like big jugs. Instead of fully wrapping around on that jug, see if you could just how minimally can you hold on to that jug, and that's going to also naturally help to develop that strength to your profundus muscles. What's important about that is you'll actually improve your endurance, because now you have 2 different muscles that are engaging, superficialis, profundus, right? as well as you're diversifying the stress in your fingers so that there's no one repetitive micro stress point all the time, but that stress is trying to distribute so that you have less of a chance for injuries in their fingers. So learning to keep tension in those 3 areas of your body will significantly help to reduce the risk of injuries, right? So tension through the legs by working on those bridges and the different ways of making it more challenging, as well as the arm tension, learning to get that chain from your fingertips to the wrist, elbow, shoulder blade, learning to lock all that in. And then lastly, it's really important to work on open-handed climbing, right, to reduce the repetitive stress that's going on in your fingers. So try to incorporate all 3 of those aspects in your climbing to really help to allow you to have a safer climb, reduce a lot of risks for injury, and climb on.